Just knock yourself out.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Just fucking hit yourself with a fucking knuckle
Have you ever
sandwich.
thought about just hitting yourself in the head with a rock?
I tried. This
Anyway.
Probably be
brain
easier,
damage
and
won't come
eventually
back.
you'd be happier.
Yeah, and eventually you'd be happier. And you
Or
would
sadder.
love
There is
a rat. Much like this episode of the Liquid Courage podcast.
All right.
One of those intros we can keep. One of those intro stories we can keep.
I think that one.
I think that's the one, because the other one won't make it.
I think
It
the
just
other
won't.
one is
The one where we're
Lost to
talking about our
Time.
magnificent streams.
I think that one's lost to time.
I think
and
that one, yeah.
The
we'll never hear that
listener
Tim, you
won't
liar.
know what happens there.
Am I lying like our
and they
game
won't know.
works?
They won't know. They won't know what happened.
Well,
They'll never know.
And welcome to the Liquid Courage podcast, where we talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog. And I'm Taylor, and that's Tim, and that's Sheldon. And we've made it to the end of season 2.
Woo!
And boy, let me tell you, it was a journey.
We're only 3 years into the podcast, everyone. We're halfway through the show.
Well, when you do math, if you do one a month, that's kind of how it
takes
goes.
a while. It takes a while.
You know,
But I'm not doing more.
Until I get a sponsor from Helix Mattress. Not doing more.
Nah, I want to get a sponsor from Never mind, can't be them. Don't know their name. It's
Crate
over.
and Barrel.
Nord, VPN, Raid, Shadow Leggings.
Fuck.
Raid Shadow. We can't do that because I think they will just play a clip of us saying Raid Shadow Legends and then not pay us.
Yeah,
that's what you guys say, Shadow Leggings. You have to pay for the D.
Yeah, well,
in the actual right word.
I mean,
I'm so happy that you said that.
You have to pay for the D.
Gotta pay for it. You know.
There it is, folks. You heard it here first.
Let's just jingle the coins.
DM Tim for that price for the D.
At TIMMTV18.
And listen, it doesn't matter how much you get paid. You're still a whore.
Every day. Amen.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gents, to the end of season 2. And what a ending to season 2 this was.
Yeah.
You ever feel sad?
Oh, yeah. Sad. That's just this entire episode, isn't it? It's just like, you ever been sad?
Well,
you ever been so sad that you took out an entire town?
You've been so sad, you decided, hey, what if everyone was sad? I've been there.
Yeah.
I had a shit day.
You ever been vengefully sad?
No one else can be happy, ever. Somebody comes up to you with some ice cream, you knock both of them to the ground, even though one of them was yours.
Then you slap them in the face. You make sure they know you mean business.
And then they go, Sheldon, what the fuck? And I go, fuck you. You know what? Fuck you and your happiness.
This is just weaponized sadness. That's what this episode is. It's
hey,
just weaponized sadness.
Didn't we try that once?
The U.S.?
I mean, the American government has tried many things. They've tried gay bombs.
Yeah.
They've tried bat bombs. They've tried to make people. They've tried to make people explode through sound. So the realm of possibility is pretty high.
Weaponized sadness sounds like something we've tried in the 20s.
Now, did they put into a cannonball that can go through objects, but not people?
Oh, no. Technically, it goes into people.
It stays there, and it festers.
Oh.
That's kind of what we're dealing with here.
What the fuck was that?
What was that?
I had a cough, and I'm sorry. I thought I moved far enough away.
Why is your cough adorable?
It sounded like a small kitten.
Yeah, I moved away, and I coughed into my shoulder and covered it with my arm, and so it was probably deadened by several layers of flesh and fabric before it got to my microphone.
It was sorry, man. It's just I was like, wow, whoa.
I can't wait to hear that later.
So Dr. Zalost.
Yeah. Here we are, the tower of
Zalost.
Zalost? Is it Zalost? Is that how we do it?
Zalost?
Joe?
Isn't that what he said?
Zalost, I think is what he
Zalos?
said.
Zalost. It's basically
We're
problem-
professionals.
I
Yeah.
said Zoloft once, and
Yeah,
it's just stuck with me.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, folks, but that's probably what we're going to continue to say.
I mean,
It
yeah.
is- yeah. It is the full
22 minutes.
22 minutes episode. So I tuck in.
So there's no
Um,
rush. No rush to get
yeah.
through this first part of the episode.
No,
Because
well,
we
that's
have time to stretch out.
there's so much time to talk about this because it is the full 22 minutes, and I would argue didn't need it.
Didn't use the full, like they could have
Like,
cut out a few of
Oh, well,
those scenes.
and I think that there's a lot of dead air, but I think it's supposed to add to like the gravity of the situation.
I think the very start of it, they could have condensed that down real hard, right? Like-
yeah, we didn't need the intro.
Yeah.
This guy could have just been a sad spreader.
Yeah.
God.
And so
Sad spreader.
Yeah,
that's what happens on a Thursday night at your local gentleman's club.
page 53 of Playboy, the sad spread.
I only read it for the articles. I swear.
That was too stupid of a joke. I can't deal with it.
Which one? Which
Both
one?
of
They're
them.
both pretty
Two
dumb.
of you.
Tim.
The two of you together made the perfect storm of stupid. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not even disappointed because I giggled like an idiot. But yeah, so this is a fun episode. Before we get into plot, you guys both remembered this, right?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay, I only remembered the character.
Mm.
And I
Yeah,
think
he's
that-
pretty hard to forget.
Yeah, and I think that, and I remembered like the opening scene, and I don't remember much of. I as we got through it, I remembered more of it, but like
You're
It
like,
is one
where's
of-
this gonna go?
it was one of those episodes. Yeah, I was kind of confused on, and
I mean, there was some confusing bits in there.
There's
Yeah.
good like technical work throughout it.
This is no
um,
Dr. Fusili.
Fusili.
Suzanne. Oh God.
Yeah.
How now, brown cow?
Yeah, and God, that was in that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think his
It-
doctorate's in for Zalost? Not for
Psychology.
His doctorate's in medicine.
We're all sad.
no.
Antidepressant.
I like to think it's in some kind of art history or something.
No, no, they're happier.
English major.
Trust me, they are. It has to be. Yeah, it's got to be like your doctorate of like, fucking human resources.
Ugh.
What a specific thing.
Yeah.
Hey man, you catch
bus-
crap from people all day. I get it.
business management,
That's probably.
I know
health
people
and
that
human
do.
services.
I know people with that theory too. Yeah.
A doctorate in fucking Russian history.
Oh God.
Like,
You don't want to go over that.
yeah, it's just everything is gray and sad. We had a couple points, and then it was sad again.
How many people died this year? Oh.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay. The
Why
birth
is it
count will
redacted?
Yeah, Perestroika hasn't hit yet.
rise. Jeez.
A
Chernobyl hasn't hit
doctorate,
yet.
a fucking doctorate in American foreign policy.
There's a lot of missile tracks here.
A doctorate just for the years of 1933 to 1946 of European history.
A doctorate, just a doctorate in
A doctorate in doctors.
counseling, because it's just
Youth counseling. Youth. It's even
Yeah,
worse.
there it is. Yeah,
Oh Christ.
They never want to talk, and they're just sad.
And they don't know why they're
All
traumatized.
Ricky does is kick flips. I don't get it.
You can't kickflip your sadness away, Ricky. You can't do it.
If you or any of your listeners hold any of these doctorates, please know that the opinions expressed on this show are clearly for comedic value, and we value your educational sacrifices.
Seek help.
You should follow that with the suicide prevention hotline.
And here's the number to call if you ever start feeling.
Logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He's got to have some shit. Maybe he's an engineer.
I mean, it would make more sense.
Looking at that tower, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I've also met a lot of sad engineers.
I have to.
No.
Yeah.
The rat is the engineer. Turns out he does a lot for Dr. Zalost.
The doctorate is actually held by the rat.
Oh yeah, the rat is the actual doctor. That makes sense.
Rat is way more well put together than
Zalost actually just has an honorary doctorate, and it's in English.
Oh, he's a creative writing doctorate. Oh no.
Yeah.
That is sad.
So,
actually.
He got fired from his university for thinking that BLM went too far.
Oh, and he wasn't calling people by their pronouns either, was he? This sounds like a certain doctor I know about.
I can be a helicopter.
God, it's so fucking dumb. Anyway, I'm interested to see if we cut that.
Yeah, definitely.
No. We didn't say any names. We're good. Keep going.
Yeah, he's such a sad sack. Good old Dr. Zalost. And I think that could have been the entire episode. It's like a sad sack attacks a town.
Sad sack attack.
I mean, in essence,
sad sack attack.
Yeah.
Sad sack attacks cul-de-sac.
No, that's when Ed and Eddie graduate.
Oh god.
That's when Jimmy 2x4 goes too far.
I mean, yeah. We were all just waiting.
Yeah. If anyone's gonna do something bad, it's gonna be Jimmy 2x4.
Something ain't right with that boy.
Something ain't right.
Turns out he's just king of the hill before the hills moved in.
It's actually just it's the street over.
Those boys ain't right.
Hey, we don't know what a cul-de-sac is.
Yeah. So this is an interesting episode, and it opens.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the more.
We're kind of jumping around.
I'm gonna be honest. I think we
started.
We made funnier jokes to begin with.
Yeah.
So Dr. Zalost is a doctor of something. You know that.
We know he's made a special cannon that can make people sad. Or is it the cannonball?
It's the cannonballs that make people sad.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't quite hear what he was doing. Like, was he selling the cannonballs to people, or was he ransoming the town?
He's
ransoming the town.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dr. Zalost, well, we open with the town being barraged by cannonballs and just eerie orchestral music, which always puts me on edge. And it's eerie in the idea of like it's not like what you'd hear in like a Resident Evil game, like for your stingers of just like it's more like that tone of like, excuse me, eerie.
Somebody just died in that episode.
Yeah.
I really liked.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Do you think that like
I don't like it?
The end. This is like the last episode of the season, right? So do you think that they just had some leftover money and said, "Fuck it, get an orchestra"?
Maybe, but they've done it before.
And the orchestra went, fucking paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. And so like this is going on and we see like a whole bunch of people getting hit by cannonballs and everyone's getting very sad. And we cut to a mayor's office where Dr. Zalost is demanding a 300
no.
33,330 oh no,
yeah,
shit.
It's 33 billion. Yeah, 33
billion.
Yeah, go ahead. 33,333,333,333 dollars.
Yeah.
It's the devil's joke.
It's
like half of the devil's joke.
It's so hot. Yeah.
No,
For his unhappy cannonballs. He wants to kill the town. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say 3 is the devil's joke because 666 could never hit a clock, so they just make it so it's like 333.
Yeah.
So
And
I was gonna say you're gonna go
3:30 or 3:33 in the morning is the devil's hour.
See,
Yep.
And if you knock 3 times at 3 in the morning, you'll summon a demon.
You'll make a deal that obviously won't pay off.
Knock where? What? I've never heard that before. Yeah, I've never heard that one.
I've done some deep dives on some ghost hunting recently.
Taylor's actually talked with Satan, and
Taylor's
turns out not that bad of a guy.
He won't return my calls. But yeah, so he's ransoming the town essentially, and the mayor and his advisor, who's that bald guy we've seen everywhere, and the mayor
and sheriff man.
Yeah, the mayor's an offshoot of the sheriff. You know, we've got 4 character designs in this show, except for our villains.
Animations are hard.
Oh yeah, no. And they laugh at Zalost, thank you. And he's like, we're gonna make the citizens unhappy. The mayor's like, they're already unhappy.
I just raised taxes. Fuck them.
And he's like, we're not gonna let you bamboozle us. And he kicks him out. And then it cuts to them looking out a window.
We've made a mistake.
Yeah, like this is happening. Like Zalost has already besieged the town. But whatever. And they're like, oh no, he did bamboozle us. We gotta give him the money. And oddly enough, the mayor and the advisor are never hit by cannonballs.
Well, someone has to pay, right? And
if they're sad, they won't do anything.
Yeah, and they won't take the time to actually give them the right amount of money because they're sad, they're tired.
Yeah,
and Zoloft is sad, not dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not wrong. And that's what's happening in town.
I'm not quite so sure.
Out of town, the Bags are just living their life. Muriel is cooking in the kitchen with her secret ingredient vinegar.
Dinah.
To make happy plums.
LSD.
Courage has a fun scene where he just can't figure out the laws of conservation.
Of whipped cream.
How to...
But if I eat the whipped cream out of this one, there'll be less whipped cream to go. How do I solve this?
I think he wasn't trying to solve the problem. He was trying to find a creative way just to eat them and then pretend.
If I never solve the problem, I can eat all the whipped cream.
Yeah.
Jean Piaget came up with stages of development in humans, and one of the things is that there's a level that we have, which is known as the law of conservation, which is if I have 2 things that are the same volume, but then I pour one of those into a glass that's thinner, and it gets taller. As we age, we know that it's still the same volume. That glass is just taller. But toddlers don't know that. And so they go, that one has more because it's higher.
Oh,
I think it's just showing us that that Courage doesn't understand the law of conservation.
So he's a toddler.
Well, he's
in
a
dog costume.
A dogler.
Actually, yeah. I mean,
I hate that. Actually, never mind.
Dogler.
That would make more sense.
Sounds like a Witcher monster.
Yeah, it does.
Now here's my headcanon theory that Courage is just a toddler that won't take off his dog-shaped PJs.
And Eustace just got tired of it and went stupid dog.
Yeah, but Eustace is also then beating a child, which is less fun.
Which makes more sense.
I was gonna say, like, well, I mean, it's not out of character.
Anyway, that was more of a funny joke that we've taken into a dark direction that I'm upset about.
Which makes more sense, you know.
Go away.
With Zoloft.
Get out. There's the door. But that's essentially it.
He lives in a sad world, Taylor.
I'm gonna throw a glass at you.
I mean...
I hope it hits you, Nebraska. I hope it gets all the way there.
Nobody knows that we're not in the same room.
Now they do.
Now they do.
Yeah, Tim ruined the magic.
I mean, we could have all been in
sure
Nebraska.
they knew that magic.
This was a post-pandemic episode, and Tim ruined
Pre-pandemic, we were never in the same room.
You don't know that.
I do.
I can barely stand
They
you
don't know that.
in this situation.
So they're making Happy Plums. Eustace doesn't really give a shit about his Happy Plums. He just wants his paper. Muriel's like, my Happy Plums will make everybody happy.
Nice.
And they do.
And I physically looked at my computer screen and just shook my head like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
and that doesn't play in an audio format. So just so you know, after my last statement, I went, come on, with my face.
Yeah.
But Happy Plums, Taylor.
I can't believe I broke
Nothing grows
heart.
on Bag Farm.
Well, except for Happy Plums, apparently.
No, those are store-bought.
Oh, I guess you're...
It could be, but we've never seen her go to a grocery store.
I don't think
So,
she knows about the outside world.
I don't believe they exist.
Okay. You're one of those.
I've never seen it, so therefore it doesn't exist. How could they have ever gotten that gun in that one movie? They never went to a store and bought it. Nobody gave it to them, so they could have just pulled it from thin air. I'm not going to think about suspension of disbelief.
I don't know who you're making fun of.
Yeah,
sure
I don't
sounds
either.
interesting.
Gun in that one movie could be like anything from Star Wars to fucking, I don't know, like Die Hard.
It's any movie critic ever that just like,
or us in previous episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, the difference is I'm funny.
Oh, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh. I never knew.
I hate how you both sandbagged me so hard I got self-conscious.
Oh God.
You both hit me, you sandbagged that joke so hard that I physically fucking cringed in my own recording.
I like how we're already almost 30 minutes into this recording and we haven't even got past the fucking first 2 minutes.
Don't worry. We can just do a hop, skip, and a jump.
Gonna be honest, there's a reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's only one episode, right?
Yeah. And so this is going on. Eustace realizes that something's up because a special news report talks about nowhere being besieged by these cannonballs, but the reporter doesn't care and he just wants to go to bed. And I've never related more to a character in a cartoon.
As a man who's worked in
that moment.
The man who's worked in news before, let me tell you, that is exactly how we feel as soon as the camera turns off.
Oh fuck, we just want to go to bed.
I was just like, I just want to go to bed. And I was like, that is a man who is over it, and I don't even believe he was hit by a cannonball.
We never saw him without the color.
Yeah. And then
we've seen him once with color.
Yeah. So Eustace is like, I'm gonna get my paper, and drives into town, which
dumb decision, but it's in the evening, right? What news are you gonna read?
Well, yeah, A, it's in the evening. B, the newspaper or the news just said we're being besieged by a tower shooting cannonballs at us. And C, you just got the news. Like, you don't need the paper anymore.
The news is cannons.
See, but he's really just trying to read the funnies. That's all it is.
Motherfucker just wants to do a crossword.
Eustace just wants to leave reality for a second and not talk with his autistic dog or his fucked up wife.
His autistic dog?
Autistic dog?
Dogs...
I mean, you can't say they can't.
They can't, right?
Right? Can they? I mean,
tigers can get Down syndrome, so I don't know.
Let us.
I don't know.
It can't be diagnosed in dogs because they don't.
It's a dog, yeah.
Because humans have 47 chromosomes, and that's what gives them Down syndrome, right?
Well, that's it. Okay, we don't have 47.
Sorry, 23, 24 sets, right? I don't know. I'm reading. Let me just read this fucking thing. It said, can dogs get Down syndrome? It says, because Down syndrome is categorized by having 47 chromosomes, 23 sets, plus the extra copy of chromosome 21, it can't be diagnosed in dogs, who by default have 78 chromosomes.
Yeah, dogs have more.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, dogs can get autism.
Sure. I don't want to play in this realm anymore.
Yeah. You asked the question, I answered it.
I need to go ahead and tell you right now, listener, we're not anywhere near medical professionals.
No.
But if you know a medical professional that can answer that question, send it to our Twitter because I'm terribly interested now.
Actually, yes, and you could just post on our just add us. That's fine. I will start that conversation for the world to see. Yep. It's not a problem.
But so he goes to town. Yeah, he goes to town. He can't get his paper because they said there's no news. And as he drives back, he runs into the siege tower. And I want to talk about the siege tower because I hate the siege tower. I think the siege tower is a bad design. No, it's a bad design, and I don't like it.
You'd make a design like that.
No, I wouldn't, because they've already done something like that in the Middle Ages, and it was fine. But that was the Middle Ages. So here's the problem that I have with the siege tower: is that the siege tower itself has robot legs, but also has tracks underneath it.
Sorry, I've been clapping. Finally got a gnat. Go on.
That's fine. I thought you were just sinking forever.
I thought you were just happy. God, my sink. That'd be one fucked up thing for you to do.
Just keep clapping.
One way to make this episode not come out for another month is by sinking in the middle of the podcast.
And 3, 2, 1.
Don't know.
And so a siege tower has been used for forever, and it was essentially a tower that was on logs that would be rolled, and then you'd use it to scale a wall, right? Like the Babylonians used.
But ladders exist, Taylor. Why would you use a siege tower?
Because in the ancient world, they'd throw boiling oil on you.
But I heard it was so logistical.
It's not actually. The Assyrians, the Babylonians used them so much in the ancient world. But this idea is that Zalot's siege tower is a tower, like a medieval tower, like a turret and everything, on a foundation that's on treads that then uses a set of spider legs to walk. And I hate it because why have the treads and the legs?
They didn't buy that at a store.
Taylor,
pick one.
Do you think they stole it off the set of Wild Wild West?
I don't know.
Because that was a spider.
Why would they do this? This is just illogical. Where did they get that?
The reason they did it in Wild Wild West is so they could climb mountains, which doesn't make any more sense. But
it was just it's a silly spider. But what I'm saying is, from a design standpoint, yeah, it's neat on screen, but my brain that knows things is screaming at me because I go, why would you do both? Why would you do both?
Because you can.
Also, the tower's in 3D.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
When you're depressed, really neat, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, true.
Put spider legs on a goblin,
Well, yeah, you're trying to scare people.
Normal things.
Yeah.
And so that siege tower's there, and Eustace honks the horn, and that's what tells Zalot that he didn't get everybody. Prior to this, he sexually harassed his rat butler.
Yeah, because hugs, man.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're not wrong.
That rat is the true MVP of this fucking business.
That rat is just trying to make it in the world. And his
mattress business went under, and now he's working.
Yeah, he's fired. His mattress business went under. His friend died, probably. He's shooting cannons. He's maneuvering the tower. He's counting all the money that he gets from the mayor's office. All of these things. And then Zalot just berates him after trying to sexually harass him about not getting everyone in town because this man is honking at them, which is a silly thing.
He's too happy. Eustace is not a happy man.
No one has ever, yeah, he says that, and no one has ever described Eustace Bagg as too happy. Ever. And that prompts them to chase Eustace in the truck and shoot cannonballs at the house, where they hit Eustace and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Because it's Eustace. And he's not happy, which genuinely made me upset because I was like, oh, wow, that means that he's actually immune to any types of emotions.
His only emotion is anger.
Yeah.
He's the Hulk.
Eustace Barbarian, confirmed.
Yeah, there you go. He uses
He uses the mallet. Yeah. Oh my god, it's all falling together.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, get me mallet.
When Eustace is angry, he's immune to mind control.
Yeah. And then you had this big fight, or he fires more cannons. He hits Muriel.
Because of course Muriel he does.
Sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he ends up causing Muriel to fall into this depression, and then he wants to hit like Courage, but he can't because he's Courage. And
the cowardly dog.
He dips, dive, and dodges all that shit.
And disguises.
Yeah, well. And so he fires a volley and then is like, all right, we're done now.
Well, I don't know what the fuck, because this is when Courage went into the faucet, right, in the sink, or the U-trap, right?
Yes.
And it's weird that they just stopped shooting, because it doesn't make any sense. Maybe they can't shoot through metal.
No, it can go through metal. It's just I can't see him. He's gone now.
Yeah, I think it's the idea that essentially there's no more movement in the house, therefore we got him.
Modern Warfare rules. Gotcha.
Yeah, and
AC 130 convert.
Yeah, and with that, that's like the end of the volley. And there was a point there where Eustace is like, that's it, I'm going inside. And my brain just went, he's gonna get a gun.
Yeah, like an old person would.
Holy shit, that would have been such a weirdly badass move if Eustace just came out packing heat. Just
give him one of these.
Just like he fucking rolls out with like a Colt Python 45 caliber handgun and just starts fucking plinking shots at that tower. Like, would that not be such a fucking cool fucking scene? I guess the
for a children's show in 2001.
This is, it's a 44 Magnum.
Fuck it. If anything's gonna do it. I see the end of Saving Private Ryan. I always thought that dude shouldn't have got.
I watched Dirty Harry.
That have taken out those tanks.
Yeah.
I am.
But anyway, he hides
like the coward that Eustace is.
Oh, I will clear the air. The Python is only 357, but still.
You let us down again.
You wouldn't have known, but someone out there would.
Yeah.
Someone would have fucking called him out on that shit.
The one Twitter call out we've ever gotten, other than the guy telling us,
"Excuse me."
You're like, well, you guys are making a podcast. You have to be the fucking.
We're pretty cool.
The knowledge base for this show. You should know everything. They were doing a podcast with drunk talking about kids cartoons. Yeah. Can you fuck off?
We're having a fan cast here.
Maybe more certain.
One of our continued sources to make sure we keep on track is fandom.com. So I don't know how reliable we are.
Which we have corrected.
Yeah.
We have changed and fixed. So I guess we are.
You're welcome, Internet.
The go-to guys to fix
You can go to Fandom and reliably trust it.
Also, apparently there are multiple Courage podcasts, which astounds me because I've been searching for them.
That is amazing. I love that. Good for them.
We started the trend.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And so Courage then comes up with a plan to take on the tower. And Eustace is on board to do it.
And he doesn't do any of the things in his fucking idea skit.
He goes into a meditative state and thinks about it, and then is just like, fucking Pizza Boy scam.
It worked in Rugrats. It'll work here.
Yep. And so he makes Eustace dress up as a pizza boy, which good on them for having that costume.
Well, I
good
think...
on them for no. Actually, it's not a costume. Eustace works as a pizza boy.
Oh, I just thought that Muriel and Eustace's roleplay went deep.
Hey, you know,
here's your pizza.
It's also.
I hope it's got extra sausage.
Ugh. Why is
no?
I'm good. I don't want to dig into that. It's got
plenty of sauce.
Gross.
No, there's a bunch of blood though.
That's so much more gross.
It's red sauce. Don't worry, man.
It's a white pizza.
Alfredo.
The best part about that, you know, that Courage didn't put any money incentive on Eustace, but as soon as Eustace saw that he could be a pizza boy,
make money.
He made $20.
No.
Like,
no, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
$20 for the pizza. Because it would be
shot cannonballs at your house. Fuck them.
It would be weirder if the pizza boy didn't ask for money. So
actually, you're right. It's like, whoa, you gonna pay? You took bucks.
Listen, man, you got the pizza. Where's my 20?
Yeah, and so
and a tip.
A lot of money being passed around in this episode.
Oh yeah, no, this is a cash-rich episode.
Also, can I point it out now that before we get into the real meat of this episode, that Zalost went to probably the smallest town in nowhere, smallest city in nowhere, because it's like Kansas,
the only
everywhere
city in nowhere,
and demanded $33 billion.
Oh yeah,
$33 billion.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that everywhere is cash poor, but man,
land rich, bankrupt.
He knew. I mean, did you see the mayor's office? It had a lot of shit in it.
It had a lot of pictures of
laugh
the mayor.
in his face. He was looking for a reason to spread his vengeance, and he found it.
And they actually paid, and he went, "Oh shit."
Well, no, he was just too depressed to do anything with it.
He was too depressed, and he went like, you know what? It's not going to fix anything. I'll just fuck you in the ass.
Well, do you think that that's part of his whole scheme? Is that he actually
the R-rated version?
He didn't actually have the antidote to it. He just had
oh no, he didn't.
Yeah,
it's like clearly he suffered from side effects of discovering this. It's like depressant.
And like that's the thing. Like,
it's actually a sob story.
Well, because Courage was going to swing in and get the antidote, right?
Right.
But there is no antidote.
Yeah.
And we'll find out that there isn't one until Courage gets into the thing as disguised as a pizza.
And it's eating.
Also, I like that Rat had to pay for this pizza, and he's just like, God, fine, whatever, dude.
Here. Please leave me alone.
He didn't pay the money they made. He paid the money out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
It fucking blows, dude.
And Courage gets in, he like sees the whole operation with this big cauldron full of green liquid, and they're pulling these cannonballs out. Rat goes green? Up. I think because green's gross.
There's something wrong with that. That either is bad or it's going to make someone into the Joker.
Well, it's like Nickelodeon slime, right? Like, slime is never
Why did they do that
pleasant.
Slime bullshit?
Why? Because it was funny to see. It was funny to see adults get slimed,
and they still do it to this day. They still do slimes. Like they just had the Kids' Choice Award. That some big celebrity got slimed.
Oh my god!
Trademark
Kids' Choice Award.
Yeah.
You get that.
David Dobrik is no longer hosting.
Thank Christ.
But like, I think that's why it's just gross. Like it's like, oh, it's a gross color.
Gross green.
It's gross, and also it comes out of clothes. I don't know if you guys know that.
No, slime is like, slime doesn't
cornstarch basically.
It doesn't ruin anything because it can't.
Right.
They would be terribly sued if it did.
Much like Dr. Zaloft, it can't.
Well, okay. So here's an aside. Y'all ever played with gack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever buy gack from the store?
Used to buy gack. We used to make slime too, which is not too far from what gack was. So
gack was so good. Like gack was such a good fucking kid's toy.
Apparently, It's like gack or slime is what you use to clean out car vents now. Like,
oh yeah, no,
they
sell they sell like a version of it to clean like that shit out. But like all the kids that played with slime in the last like 2 years when slime became a big thing, and I was like, that's just we all did that prior to this. Why is this such a big thing now?
we beat you to the punch.
It's a cycle.
It's because culture is it's a circle.
Yeah, eventually we'll all die, and
but
then
also
culture will rise up.
Well, yeah,
and
but
they'll
also
be playing
like,
with Gak too.
I bought Gak. Like I bought Gak at the store.
Right now? Today?
No, back in the day to play with it.
When he was 15 yesterday.
Because it was marketed by like Nickelodeon, and it was sticky and weird and gross. And I'm now as an adult, I go, the only selling point was that it was sticky and weird and gross. Why did I want that? It ruins carpets.
Yeah.
It fucks up clothes.
Yeah.
Why did I want that?
Yeah.
Because it was sticky and weird and gross.
Why did the Easy Bake Oven have a fucking boy counterpart called the Queasy Bake Oven?
Probably my favorite.
The bug making factory, you know?
Hey, they were just gummies.
Yeah.
They tasted awful.
Yeah,
they were not good gummies, but they were fine. Because society is weird. That's why.
I did watch a video put out by Bon Appetit where they were trying to do 100 ways to cook an egg, or maybe it was a hamburger. Either way, they used an Easy Bake Oven. They're just like, this is not good.
Yeah, don't do it in there.
Don't do it.
Bad idea.
It's a light bulb.
It's a light bulb.
It's a light bulb.
It's a light bulb.
How long would you have to leave a hamburger under a 100-watt light bulb to cook it?
Apparently, he said like 30 minutes, but it tastes like plastic.
Bullshit.
To be fair, I had an Easy Bake Oven and I made so many fucking treats with it. I loved my little Easy Bake Oven when I was a kid.
And they were looking at you strange.
And I loved it.
Yeah, you did. They got you the girl one, yeah.
Because Queasy Bake Oven wasn't good.
It was $10 more.
Oh, fuck that. No, we'll give him the pink one. He can learn to love it.
No, it was great. I fucking loved it, and I like cooking now because of it.
Yeah.
I never got an Easy Bake Oven.
I never did either.
Did you get a Light Bright?
Nah.
I did get a Light Bright.
I had a Light Bright too.
I was a Lego kid. I got a lot of Legos.
Oh, I had a lot of Legos too, but I had a Light Bright. You know what's cool about a Light Bright?
What?
Nothing.
I beg to differ.
Nothing's cool about a light. Fuck off. It's colored. Tim, it's colored pegs and a light bulb.
I know, but once you learn how to make a penis out of that, the world opens up.
Oh my god, Tim, it's like a fucking Etch-a-Sketch, but shittier because you have to plug it in.
They took away my Etch-a-Sketch because of the shit I was writing on it.
I did get an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh my god.
Everything's fine.
You couldn't make curves, really.
You can though. You can,
but it's a lot harder than it should be.
You know, everything's fine until your 7-year-old starts writing "fuck" on an Etch-a-Sketch, and then you go, "Well, we probably should take that away."
Then your dad thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, Mom doesn't, but Dad does.
Mom saw it first. Mom took care of it.
My dad taught me the time when I would ask him what time is it. He looked me dead in the eye at like 7 years old and went half past a monkey's ass, a quarter till his balls, and I fucking died. I died. I fell on the ground laughing so hard.
Was it the eye contact?
And I now know at that, like, that joke is still funny to me, but it's so much funnier to a kid.
Yeah.
My dad didn't.
It's so much funnier.
He would just say, "Well, it's about time for you to find your real father."
Mm.
He would also do that. It's time for you to get a watch, and I go, "Ha ha ha ha, old man."
It was ha 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 right up until like the second time.
What time is it?
Damn it! The ice cream supposed to be here.
I'm 9. Just tell me.
My dad would always do the "I'm dying" jokes a lot.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why I am the way I am.
Yeah, part of the reason I fear death.
And I got him back one day.
Mm-hmm.
We were roofing a roof, and it was a rather steep one. And he was on one side.
Oh, no.
And I slipped.
Did you really slip, or did you fake slip?
I fake slipped.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Sheldon? And I didn't say anything. And he ran up the steps. And I was, of course.
And you were sitting there with a shit-eating grin going, got you, old man.
And he pushed me.
Off the roof. Yeah.
And then he died. Sheldon's been a ghost this whole time.
And that's the twist.
We should have held on to it till season 4.
The end
We're
of the
not
show.
gonna make it that far.
Oh, we're actually just ghosts. Bye.
Ooh,
Each of us died a different way.
Yeah, I choked on a hot dog.
That he cooked in his easy bake oven.
Yeah, I cooked in my easy bake oven. One time my dad and I were on a roof cleaning out gutters, and we had the hose, and the hose caught the ladder and caused the ladder to fall to the ground. And we both looked at each other and we went, so are you going to jump off or am I going to jump off? And we both went, neither of us are going to jump off. So we just sat on the roof until my mom came.
I mean, you probably had a good time, right?
Yeah, we just threw rocks at cars.
Oh, that's...
that reminds me of a different thing that happened.
I mean, you're trying to get someone to stop, so yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody stopped.
They never did.
But anyway, we should talk about the episode now.
Yeah, we definitely should. We're getting pretty off course here.
All right. So
Courage is in the pizza box.
He's in the tower now. He's seen the cauldron. Rat sees him by cannonball.
We should explain that all the cannonballs are being dipped into this cauldron. That's what's giving.
Are they being dipped? I thought they were being pulled out. Like they're being crafted in this black cauldron.
No, they're just being pulled out of the thing. Yeah, no, they're just being
does it really
pulled out
matter?
Of it. No, it does because at the end. No, it does because at the end, the cauldron shoots the cannonballs.
You're right. It does
have a point.
Yeah.
He does have a point.
So like they have to be being like crafted in the cauldron, and the big arm is like pulling them out.
It makes sense because like these cannonballs can go through physical matter, but not human. So I guess that makes sense.
They're magic. It's okay.
Yeah. And so Rat sees him.
Me the black cauldron.
Courage pulls up one of the balls, and it rolls causes a cacophony of sound, and a bunch of cannonballs to roll towards Rat.
Man, I'm just now coming to the conclusion that despite how long this episode was, that rat confrontation was like, what, 10 seconds?
Yeah, it's really not that long. And Rat gets hit by one and then somehow grows like 10 sizes and becomes a big thing.
The sadness makes him stronger.
And
just
then,
like me.
Yeah, and then Courage
Tim.
has a flashback to Muriel's Happy Plums, and so he jams a plum into the rat, and the rat becomes a baby.
He starts to choke at first, though. It looks like Courage just trying to choke him out.
Happiness makes you younger.
Yeah, and so the rat then cries, and then Courage runs up the stairs, but gets caught by Zalost, and then they have to play a game of Hangman, where Courage is threatened by a cannon that will go off if he gets the hangman wrong?
Right,
or if he just runs out of time.
Yeah.
If he runs out of time. Okay.
It's bullshit rules, but you know.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Villains can make whatever rules they fucking want.
Yeah.
So.
But I think the best part is Courage gets offered to buy a valve, right?
Yeah. Also, fuck that guy, because that's not how you play Hangman.
Not at all. And also, Courage, that's not how you play Hangman either.
Yeah.
Neither of them knew how to play the game.
Yeah, Courage is tied up, and then he's getting a bunch of things. He's like, do you want to buy a vowel? And Courage wiggles out of the ropes and gives him a 20.
If I'm gonna lose this game, I'm gonna make $20.
Yeah.
Fucking Courage might as well have just made one last guess. This is his life, right?
And Courage calls out for a and doesn't get one, and calls out for an O and gets 2 of them, and then Zalost goes, that's $15. And Courage has an actual fucking argument with Zalost about how, no, you said buy a vowel. Okay. And he's like, yeah, and he puts the fucking cannon out, which is the best gag in the entire show. He puts the cannon out.
You guessed one, and then you got 2 vowels. 2 of them. $15.
So that's $5 each, and you guessed an A, so that's $15. And Kurt's like, and he's like, do you want your change? He's like, yeah.
Fucking yeah, I want my change, you fucking cheapskate.
He's like, oh, fine. And he gives him his change.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
At first he doesn't. He's like, do you really want it? I mean...
Courage is like, yes, yeah.
Here it is.
He has to
go to
gives
his $5.
He has to go to his sock money.
Yeah, and then Courage gets back in the fucking ropes because funny.
Because cartoons.
And then Courage guesses boom, and that is the word, and the fuse goes out, and Zalot goes, you cheated, and then still fucking fires the cannon, which shows that Zalot is playing dirty.
I mean, he was probably playing dirty since the beginning.
Yeah, but fuck him for playing dirty. Goldfinger had more fucking courage than this asshole.
Never give up. Cheat if you have to.
You.
Always win.
And Courage jumps out of the way of the cannonball, and he drops some plums into the cauldron.
The plums will make anyone happy, and Courage fucking throws a cup.
That's the best thing too. He throws it at Zalot, and it bounces off Zalot's stupid fucking head and jumps and falls into the cauldron, and it starts shooting pink cannonballs, the color of happiness.
Yes, remember, pink is happy.
Yep, and Courage grabs one, and as the tower comes tumbling down, everyone starts to get happy in town as the tower becomes a volcano. And inside the Bag residence, there's the final confrontation between Zalot and Courage, where Courage throws the cannonball at Muriel, making her happy. Zalot throws a depression one and misses, and he calls him a stupid dog. And Eustace from a cupboard goes, that's what I keep telling him too. Stupid dog.
Yeah.
Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
And Baby Rat is crying, and Zalot won't take him. And then we cut to the kitchen where they're hiding under this table.
Yep.
And Zalot sees the final cup of happy plums, and he takes a bite, and he turns from green to like a peach, normal colored person of Caucasian descent.
Glad you fixed it.
Thank God.
And he is now happy, and he hugs Rat, and the episode's over, even though Eustace turned into a stone
concrete
monster, but that's the end of it.
Yeah, like that's the funniest part. So apparently 3 of those cannonballs would turn you into a fucking stone statue. So there we go.
Yeah, but also I think he's actually just encased in stone.
So
I don't think he is stone. Because like he still mumbles like, stupid dog.
So he's just stone then, eh?
Yeah, he's not actually like
stone.
fully stone.
Stone cold, Steve Austin.
And that's the end of season 2. And holy Jesus Christ, that was so much.
Yeah.
What
a time.
It's not a bad episode at all. Actually, it's one of the better.
No, I enjoyed my time with it.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I liked Rat. I agree with Rat so much.
Yeah, Rat's probably the best character in this episode. Just just trying to do his job, trying to count money, but then he has to, hug Dr. Zalost, and if he doesn't hug him correctly, then it doesn't count. Which, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did. He absolutely assaulted that rat.
Yeah.
Why did you send this picture to me?
Rat, come here.
What?
Come here, Rat.
Who'd you send it to? Oh, you sent it to me too. Oh, I see that in the wiki.
Rat. Yeah. Come here, Rat.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So would you like to talk about the trivia while we're here?
Tim, go ahead. Just do it. I don't want to, but go ahead.
Before we get into the trivia, let's look at the cameos first, because this was like the beginning part of this episode did have the cannonballs being shot at people in the town of Nowhere, or the city of Nowhere, I guess. And so there was a lot of people we did know, I guess.
There was like the backpacker.
Yeah, it was John Bond, the parachute lady, of course, the Nowhere newsman. We have the rich guy. Basil was there apparently too. That got hit by one. Barbara was there.
Who's Basil?
Basil was that crook. Remember when they did the?
Oh yeah.
They went to rob
Mama mashed potatoes.
Mount Rushmore. Yep, he was there. A customer apparently was a cameo. Joe fucking no. The trivia starts.
Basil.
Yep.
Trivia starts. One of the few episodes where Eustace actually works of courage to help save Muriel. The other was Dean in the mattress.
No, he worked to get $20.
Arguably he did work to save Muriel, but only because he wanted his dinner
and because there's money
involved. Where's my
dinner?
Yeah,
that's. But to be fair to Eustace, this is one of the episodes where even when he's like, "Where's my dinner?" he's like actually kind about it and not like, "Give me my food."
Yeah, he's not the man.
He's still an asshole.
I'm hungry.
He's still a dick.
Well, I mean, we've had episodes before where Muriel has not been well, and he has not forced her to make dinner.
No, I know, but like this is one of the few ones where it was like he was semi-tender.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a good show of a little bit of emotion from him, but really it was all selfish. God.
I'm gonna read the next one.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Zalot's name is a reference, and I'm going to preface this before, because I like to preface before I read.
That's a fault.
I don't think that this is real. I think this is someone creating trivia,
of course,
off of the back of their understanding.
We're not reading this trivia for actual trivia. We're reading this trivia because it's here.
I know. Dr. Zalot's name is a reference to Zoloft, a powerful antidepressant drug, a SSRI, which is a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, by the way.
Yep.
And it is used to treat depression. And the happy plums could be a reference to that. It's not a reference to that drug. SSRIs,
that's a reach.
Essentially make it so when your brain does create serotonin and it floats around in the synapse between your neurons, instead of it being reabsorbed by the original synapse or the original neuron, it is blocked from reabsorption, and so it floats in that synaptic gap, and so your brain then takes it into the next neuron, and that's what makes you feel normal. And that's how an SSRI actually works. And Zoloft is an SSRI. I don't think that he's actually probably named after it. Maybe he is.
Well, the thing is, I don't know the history of Zoloft, but I don't think it was as prevalent in 2001 as it is now.
It was
all over the place.
SSRIs.
Tim.
Yeah, no.
And the person that added this, he's going places. You know what? I think
he's had some problems maybe in the past.
But he might be working in a shitty place.
Yeah,
you know.
If you
Chill, did you write that?
No.
Okay.
If you do want to, SSRIs are actually really cool, because they're less habit forming than other forms of antidepressant drugs, and they're less side effect heavy, because it essentially just makes it so instead of increasing the amount, it just makes your brain reuptake more of the amount of serotonin and makes you feel like more okay. They're really neat. They're a neat drug.
Do you want me to undersell that last line of trivia with the next line of trivia?
Dr. Zalot's name translates to sorrow in Croatian, a Slavic language.
Also, in many others.
Inspired when John R. Dilworth was in Zagreb, Croatia. This is likely a reference to his depression.
I mean, so what you just did is like, well, maybe his name means is a reference to Zoloft, or maybe his name actually just means sorrow, which is
sad either way.
It means that one trivia fact is literally going up against another here.
Yeah, I love it.
Pick one, motherfuckers, if you're gonna do that shit.
Epic rap battle of history, if you would. Zoloft versus sorrow.
Yeah, fight it off. Fight.
No.
Do you want me to read the rest? Skip
No,
the
skip
next
that
one. Okay.
Yeah, that one's bad.
This is the last episode to have the end title card since the Magic Tree of Nowhere.
Yeah. That's actually good trivia.
That's good trivia. This one's not. Last episode of 2001. No shit.
That's not good. That's not trivia.
This
That's
came
not
out-
good trivia.
Guess what? That's just a fact.
This came
Hey,
out
guess what?
November 16th, 2001. Yeah, no shit.
And it turns
buddy.
out it was the last one. And the last trivia fact on fandom, also not good.
The logo is a reference to the Legend of Zelda series. I
No,
don't
it's not.
think so. Let me
What?
see.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, what they're talking about is the text, but no, it's
No.
not. It's not the same.
Yeah.
That's actually completely. There's no basis for that trivia fact. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And again, this goes down to the same idea of this is what happens when like good individuals attempt to like weed out good trivia, but we still have shitty.
Well, I mean,
Bad
it's
trivia.
remember, this is all fan made, so I mean, at some
Yeah,
point
no,
you
I
have to
know.
be like.
Fandom.
Fan dumb.
Also, here's one trivia fact that's not in the trivia section, but it's actually at the top, and it's actually a good trivia fact. So the Towers Dr. Zalost, as opposed to being two 11-minute long episodes which run together, this is actually one big episode, and it's one of two episodes in the series, the other being The Mask.
Yeah, this is one of the few ones that is a full 22 minutes. And that is a good one. That would be a good trivia fact.
Oh my
because
God.
there are only two that are 22-minute episodes.
Dude, Taylor, you need to scroll down on this wiki page and look at that first
I don't
fucking
think
comment.
he does.
You need to look at that first fucking comment. Look how long it is.
Oh, it's so long.
It's like 4-5 paragraphs.
Also, it's from
angry.
It's
a
from
user. It's from a user named the Black Zetsu 17.
What'd you say to me?
Let me. I could probably read like the first paragraph of this, and
no, we don't need to.
No.
Okay, can I? So there was a comment on his comment.
It goes on for a page.
I know. Let me just read his comment. Not his comment. The comment after.
Holy shit, dude!
The comment that replied to it. This is like 5 paragraphs of text. The first comment was just like, "Holy shit, dude! Relax. It's just a kids show."
This was made in 2020.
Yeah, this comment was a year ago. We're not far off.
This was all made in 2020.
Oh, I wonder if this page wasn't really created until 2020. I wonder if they had a
and
whole...
here's the thing. Like, I agree with the idea. Like, yeah, it's a kid show. I can also agree with there's symbolism in the show itself.
Just because it's a kid show doesn't mean it has to be straight garbage.
But also the idea of like everything is symbolic is
probably
is
not
problematic. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that even we have gotten to the point in episodes where like, what does that symbolize? And I'm like, we do it as like a fun thought experiment. There are people out there who analyze this shit like as a real thing.
Right.
And that's strange to me.
It's the reason why I don't do, like, I want to do video essays, but when you do video essays over like something like Courage, you lose the point of the whole show. The whole show wasn't created to be this philosophical thing out there. It's created by someone who wanted to make a children's show, who wanted to make it their way, and then all these other things came in later. That's not the point. The point is to entertain and to have a good time, basically.
Yeah, and I think that this episode, being one of the only 22-minute episodes in the series, deserves a quality rating of 4.8.
4.8.
4.8 sad cannonballs out of 5.
Well, god damn it! You just took a part of mine.
Would you like? Let me go next while you're thinking of another one, Sheldon. Hopefully, I don't take your next.
Sure,
one.
You'll just take the other half.
I probably will. No, I will say this will get a. I'll give it a 5 out of 5 stoned Eustaces.
That's pretty good.
That's
Just
fucking
saying.
good. That's so fucking good.
He's just
I'm
stoned.
so
What
mad
a-
at you. I'm so angry at you.
I'm kind of mad that you guys didn't see it.
Fuck you assholes! I have to follow that.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
you.
do. Oh my god. Rat
I
children.
guess I was go with 4.7 fucking role playing Eustaces out of 5.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
the pizza guy. Yeah,
Pizza Eustace.
Pizza
That's
Eustace.
the best Eustace.
So, but before we go on, now that it's the end of the season, do we want to try to rate the whole season? I don't know. I don't know if we did that for one.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Dude, I'm gonna give every season of Courage a 5 out of 5. Man.
I think that this was a good 4.5 showing. I think season 1 was like maybe a 4, maybe a 3.8. Like good enough to get another season. But in all honesty, season 2, I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed going back through it. I enjoyed seeing a lot of it, and I enjoy getting ready to watch season 3, where shit gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, if you have to think about it, like season 1 was them trying to figure out what they can do, what they can get away with, how scary they can be.
We can get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah,
so much.
That was like season 1. They're trying to figure stuff out, and then season 2, they kind of went, okay, well, let's try some other things, and most of them worked out. I would say there wasn't Cajun Granny Stew anywhere, but
no, and this was a Dilworth episode to end on, by the way.
Yeah, like, he directed and directed it. Yeah.
Do you want to know who made this season? You don't want to know who made this season.
I do want to know who made this season.
Do you want to know who made this? Do you want to know who made this hole? And you don't want to know who made this hole.
Is it the Roach?
It's the Roach.
It's the Roach. The Roach was my favorite.
The Roach, dude, yeah.
I loved him. I loved him a lot.
Oh my god, that's from the beginning of the season, isn't it?
That's such a good episode, though.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Yeah. I had a good time. But like I said, 5 out of 5 because I just love Courage.
4.8.
Always go back.
4.5.
I'll give it
4.5.
Yeah. That's a good.
I'm excited to see where we go. I don't remember a lot of episodes in season 3. Looking at the current roster,
I remember a bunch of them.
I don't know if I'll remember. I'm not looking, but it'll be a surprise to me.
There's some episodes that they suggest they jump the shark, though.
Hey, but we have another season.
I know,
but the mask exists, so
the mask does exist.
It does, and that's in season 4.
The mask is like, it's good.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right, Mask is one of the last ones, one of the last episodes ever made. So
yeah, but like next time we'll see this fun show be in season 3.
Woo!
And we'll be even drunker and maybe more belligerent.
Well, that one's true.
I can't wait till we all bring Zalost into the conversation.
There's at least one episode per season that I don't remember. So,
most of them, yeah. For you, yeah.
But, yeah. I think we're ready. I think we're ready for season 3.
I'm ready.
Excited
to
for it.
On.
And with that, I think, dear listener, we'll see you in season 3.
Goodbye.
Or in the next one. Who knows? Maybe both, because that's accurate.
Oh, gosh.
Bye, babies.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Rate us 5 out of 5 on Apple.
Or I'll kill you. That was the Liquid Courage Podcast. An in-depth look at every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Music was provided by Visionless. You can find them at www.soundcloud.com/VISIONL3SS. We do not own the rights to Courage the Cowardly Dog. Until next time, have a wonderful night.
What's the good of having all the money in the world if it doesn't bring any happiness? And if I'm not happy, no one deserves to be happy.